Let's see if anybody can hear me. Happy to hear from you. Oh, it looks like I don't have the button to turn the I have a monitor but no ability to turn on the sound suddenly. It's always was there before. It's just an adventure every day. Every day something changes. Hi, Kate. That's good. Okay, so it seems to be working. I don't see it on LinkedIn, which doesn't surprise me at all. It's just amazing how every day is different. Here we are on LinkedIn, and I see the button. Okay, we got sound. So let's get going. First, we have a little sup of coffee. Sip. Go back here like this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm John Miglash for the Wisconsin DMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. Set the coffee aside and let's dig in. So the guy's riding a bull in the Tom Fishburne cartoon from today. It says building resilience. Okay? And he's riding one of those mechanical bulls on a Zoom call. And he says, I was going to get a Peloton, but my manager said I needed to build resilience. And so Tom is taking on, what does resilience mean? Because it's around in the press quite a bit. Agile and resilient and all that sort of thing. There's a renewed emphasis on resilience, okay? This last year, I think that's right. An organizer's capacity, PwC, no idea what that is, defines it as an organization's capacity to anticipate and react to change. Okay, the operative word is change. Are you able to change fast? Not only to survive, but also to evolve. Okay? And on Groundhog Day, as literal Groundhog Day passed this week, it struck me that an overlooked part of resilience is simply the momentum to keep going. Resilience is about, but now he's going to take another, and that got me thinking, because I did a bit of work with Thompson Cigar. Bob Franzblue was the president. I met Bob through his daughter Alex, who had come to my catalog university week-long session on how to run and manage catalog companies. Tracy Emmerich. It was Tracy Emmerich's idea, but I built several simulations to allow people to experience the thrill of running the marketing first. It was a 2-day simulation for the marketing, where we picked lists and picked products and ran the catalog company, and that was fun. And we've done that recently. We rebuilt that software to run on Linux laptops, and so we have it running better than it ever has. So if you're a catalog company and you have new people who are, oops, I forgot to get over to Tom Fishburne, and you have new people who don't have a clue on cataloging, then this is for you. And it's also for people in operations and finance and other areas of your company that don't understand what's going on. We did it for Land's End. It was originally built with Land's End, and they had a bunch of finance guys in there, and they said at one of the breaks, they pulled me aside and said, this is the first time we've ever really understood what makes our catalog work, acquisition and retention and product selection and all that. Everybody cheered at the end. I mean, it was great. Jill Palamountain came from behind to win. She was head of circulation, so that was just great. Mike Smith was there, who went on to become president, and it is a lot of fun. But it does take a while. It takes a day. But we'll talk about company valuation. We'll talk about finance. We'll talk about a lot of areas. So it's a really great, not only a team building, but an intensive on what gives a company value long term. And in these days of sustainability, it's really good. If you have a printing company and you have lots of catalog clients, this would be great for you to bring in some of the catalog clients and get your salespeople involved. It would be great for that. We did it for Illinois State. We did it for in England. So we've done it a lot, and it's running better now. So sometimes I forget to mention some of the stuff that we have available through the WDMA to help you teach your new people about direct marketing. Because they've gone through, they may have an MBA, but they've never even had a lecture on mail, much less on the sustainability and the methodology of testing and merchandise selection and some of those. I also want to mention that we're having a little meetup on Friday at 3 p.m. Chicago time. All you need is love. No, all you need is mail. There's nothing, it's not scheduled. It's my style consultant's going to be running it like we did at Christmas. We had a really great time at Christmas. We've got some really heavy hitters lined up, including Matthew Parker. I'm trying to get David Rosendahl to come. We have some big printers registered. We have a couple of USPS people registered. So if you're interested in mail marketing, this is the only place you can talk mail with a bunch of friends. We'll have a lot of fun. It's late enough in the day if you're on the East Coast that you can have a Valentine toast. If you're in England and we can get Matthew Parker to stay up late, he can be there too. Keith, who's always commenting, you can meet Keith. He's registered, and the style consultant will be there in person. So if you've never seen what she's like, and she's got it together, I gotta say. So anyway, go to WDMA.org, and in the upper right corner, you'll see the Valentine's meetup. Just click on that and register. It's really easy, WDMA.org, and that's how it works. And we'll see WDMA down here, and that's how it works. Go there, and the Zoom link is in there. We promise to end it on time because the style consultant's doing it, not this long-winded old guy that you've got here. Okay, so back here to resilience. So Alex Franzblow came to my class, and so through her I met Bob. And, there was a time when cigars were big. When Michael Jordan lit one up in the locker room right after winning his third NBA championship, I think. And somebody asked me if it's for the Wedding, Dating, and Marriage Association. No, that's the WDMA, is the Wisconsin Direct Marketing Association, not the Wedding, Dating, and Marriage Association. We're not going to try and get you a date. This is not a date. It's just a lot of fun with marketing people, and we're not that much fun. So we have to congregate together. But anyway, so Bob was in the audience at one of my talks, and he said, and I said, Bob, and so there was this pinnacle time of cigars, and it was like a fad. Everybody wanted to smoke cigars. Now they put us out in the cold. It's below zero today. Hard to smoke a cigar. But for a while you could buy them at any gas station. You could buy them everywhere. But then, all of a sudden, it got legislated. For some reason, it got demonized as the greatest threat to humanity. I don't know. I have a clue why. But anyway, some people just want to spoil other people's fun. And so I said to Bob, how are you doing now that they're trying to legislate all smoking out of existence? And he looked at me with a smile and he said, best year ever. And the point to here, which you knew you'd get back to the point eventually, is that an overlooked part of resilience is simply the momentum to keep going, right? And what I mean by that is Bob's company was doing well because you could no longer get them at the gas station. You could no longer get them at every drugstore. They pulled them out. It was a little bit of a conflict of interest. I think so. But anyway, an overlooked part of resilience. So if you keep going and you're the last man standing in a market where everybody else, can't figure out how to keep their business going, you can have a really successful business, right? If you're the last buggy whip company, right? Okay, so But Tom pivots here and says resilience is not about about how you recharge, not how you endure. And so we often take this militaristic, tough approach to resilience, but we imagine a Marine slugging through the mud, a boxer going one more round, or a football player picking himself off the dirt for one more play. We believe that the longer we tough it out, the tougher we are, and therefore the more successful we'll be. However, this entire conception is scientifically inaccurate. This is from a Harvard Business Review by Sean Actor and Michelle Gillian a few years ago. The very lack of a recovery period is dramatically holding back our collective ability to be resilient. Research has found that there's a direct correlation between lack of recovery and increased incidence of health and safety problems, and lack of recovery is costing our companies $62 billion a year in lost productivity. Now, I'm a fan of Jordan Peterson because I don't really think he's political. I think he's just, likes the data. And he talks about working with high-level legal people, the partners at prominent law firms in Toronto, and he basically said the same idea, that in order for them to be really maximally effective, that he had to teach them to stop. Ironically, Jordan did like 160 cities in a year or some crazy number, speaking every day, a unique talk every day, and then he got really sick, and his wife got sick, and she'd gone along with him for a lot of it, and now he's coming back, but I think he might double down on this. So, I haven't missed a talk yet, but I did record 2 of them. And if you were on LinkedIn, you saw they were black. I wrote to Restream, but I don't know that that helped. Anyway, so take a minute, take a cup of coffee during the day, go for a walk. Those are some of the big things. Just get some perspective, have a prayer time or meditation, and that's something to think about. I'm not gonna cover all the stuff I said in my intro, but how many people watched the Super Bowl? The ratings took a big hit, okay? And it could be because, Tom Brady was marching down the field, and the Chiefs got an interception, and wait, timeout, pause, do-over, and then the Chiefs stopped them again, and they had to take a field goal. Oh, wait, somebody lined up, do-over. And then they got a touchdown with like 9 seconds left in the half. And that was kind of the dagger. That was kind of the end of the ratings. The refs should have known better. They should have realized that they were gonna destroy the ratings by letting Tom Brady get another touchdown right before the half, which is his signature. But, I think the consensus among the Barstool buddies was that the refs really, really wanted Tom to win and called some really chintzy calls in order to make that happen or help it happen. I was rooting for Tom myself, and I don't think he needed any help whatsoever. They could have probably pushed him back with penalties all night long, and he still would have won, but it would have made it a lot more of a game because he had a lot to prove. Anyway, watch out with doing math. As you probably heard, the ratings were delayed almost 2 days. It seems like with all the computers in the world, we can't count anything anymore. And here's a great example. The Super Bowl streams at 20%. It was estimated going to be 42% according to Roku. We actually had some streaming capabilities. We just watched it on TV and it worked fine. TV is beautiful these days. In Minneapolis, you got like 400 channels. But co-viewing of the big game dipped 20%. Now here, look at this. Dipped 20%. So instead of 2 people watching together, today on average, there were only 1.8. Now, 2.0 minus 1.8 is 0.2. If you take 0.2 and divide by 2.0, you get 0.1. Miglosh Marketing. Why do I even own a phone? I have to answer sometimes that number. So if you really want to get me, you can call my business number, which I think is listed in LinkedIn. Anyway, so that's a 10% drop, not a 20% drop, in case you want to know. In case you have a computer and don't know how to do math, it's sad, right? It's just sad. So that's enough for today. Don't do math in your head online or live. I do. I don't always get it right, but in this case I did. Oh my gosh. So if you want a sport that can give you do-overs when it doesn't go your way, the NFL is the place for that. Do-over city. Have a great day. Like and share.